Welcome back to Inside Post Challenge, part of the Road to the Breeders' Cup. This week we're going to take a look at the Woodward Stakes from Saratoga. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Law. Welcome back to Inside Post Challenge. This is week number 2 in the contest this week. For those of you that missed last week, still got a shot to sign up, still got a chance to sign up. Get your picks in. We only got one race in the challenge this week, the Woodward Stakes. Last week we actually had 2 races. We had the Travers Stakes and the Pacific Classic. And fortunately, if you're not already entered in the contest, you still had a chance at the overall prize because there were only 2 people that correctly selected the winners in the first 2 races, Travers and Pacific Classic. Roy Brown from Cabool, Missouri, and Stacy Edwards from Shreveport, Louisiana. Those were the lucky 2 that had acclamation in the Pacific Classic and, of course, Stay Thirsty in the Travers. Speaking of Stay Thirsty, I'm hoping to improve on my performance last week when I referred to Stay Thirsty as a strong bet against in the Travers. Not exactly a very good call there. He won about as professionally as a horse can win, going a mile and a quarter. He certainly is a major threat now in the Breeders' Cup Classic division. And, you know, all systems are go with him. Trainer Todd Pletcher said maybe the Jockey Club Gold Cup is next for him, and then the Breeders' Cup Classic at Churchill Downs. Speaking of the Breeders' Cup Classic, we got another big prep race this week. The Woodward Stakes, going to go a mile and an 1/8 at Saratoga. So we're going to about 1/8 of a mile shorter than the Travers was at a mile and a quarter. Drew a field of 8, and actually, you know, I was looking at the race earlier. You can make a case for just about every horse in the race. Pretty hard to throw anybody out. Of course, the headliner is Havre de Grace. She's a filly. She's going to go against the boys. Going to maybe try to duplicate that Rachel Alexandra beating the boys a couple years ago. Of course, Rachel Alexandra did it as a 3-year-old, beating the older horses. Havre de Grace is a 4-year-old. She comes off a second place finish to Blind Luck in the Delaware Handicap. Last time out, she actually gets a 3-pound break in the weights in here against 7 other males, which, like I said, you can make a case for just about every horse in here. Horse I like is the inside horse, Icebox. I don't know if he's going to be my top pick in here, but he is 0 for 4 at Saratoga. But he had a pretty interesting comeback race on the 29th of July. It was an allowance, optional claimant race. He actually showed speed. Now, if you remember Icebox, I mean, talk about a deep closer coming from last in every single race that he's practically run. He shows speed in that race, and he actually ends up fading, finishing 3rd. Beaten about less than 5 lengths by Convocation, who actually Convocation is in here. He's one of the kind of horses that is really a horse for course. I think he's 2 for 4 at Saratoga. You actually have another horse in here that ran a really great race earlier in the Saratoga meet in Rule. Trainer Todd Pletcher, he's running away with a training title. He's got a big chance in here. Pletcher also has Mission Impassable. And then you have Flat Out and Giant Oak in here. Flat Out was 2nd in the Whitney behind Tisway, and Giant Oak was a late running 3rd. Of course, Giant Oak is a horse that's always going to come from way, way off the pace. The only horse I didn't mention so far is Mambo Meister. He ships in from Calder off a couple huge races. Maybe he's the one that you can maybe take a stand against, but then that leaves you with 7 horses in here. I actually settled on my top pick in here is going to be Flat Out. He's really been the most consistent, one of the most consistent horses in the older horse division. Really, his only bad race was in the Stephen Foster, which was surprising at Churchill Downs, kind of a home base for him. But, you know, he's kind of was on the inside there that day and just really had nothing, no answer. But then he came back, ran a huge race in the Suburban, going a mile and an 1/8. Then he's 2nd behind Tisway, who just ran a huge race in the Whitney last time out. So Alex Solis has got the mount again for Scooter Dickey. They're all on level weights this time, so Flat Out is the top pick. I do think Giant Oak will run okay in the you know, again at Saratoga. He's a horse that always makes his late run, but I'll try to put Icebox maybe underneath along with Giant Oak and Convocation. Don't forget to get signed up, and if you're already signed up, get those picks in for this week's Woodward Stakes. Thank you and good luck.